Hi everybody. So today I arrived in the country of Kazakhstan, and I am here to make a small documentary about the country of Kazakhstan to the people of my home country, America. I arrived in the capital city of Astana, which has a bunch of weird futuristic architecture. I saw a bunch of pictures of stuff like this online, and I was curious to check it out. So I'm here for the next couple of days. And then I will be taking a train to the southern part of the country. Now, you may be wondering, hey, if you're making a documentary about Kazakhstan to show to the people of America, isn't that kind of like that one other movie? And I would say no, because I don't have a fat guy with me. However, I am looking to meet whatever the Kazakhstan equivalent of Pamela Anderson is. Check out all this shit. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty tired right now. I took 2 flights to get here, and both of them were overnight flights. And I'm running on 5 hours of sleep between the last 2 nights. So I'm probably gonna go to sleep pretty soon. The reason why this city looks so modern is because I think it was only within the past 30 years that it actually became a city. The old capital of Kazakhstan was Almaty, and then they basically just made this city out of scratch, or from scratch, and they called it Astana, which is the Kazakh word for capital. So now you know. Well, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go eat at McDonald's. Check it out. They've got some birds swimming. Are they ducks? Are they geese? Are they something else? Let me know. Over there is what I believe is the most popular mall in all of Central Asia, if you can believe that. And that is because it is shaped like a tent. Well, I just got my hair cut. I think it looks pretty nice. If you're ever in Kazakhstan, I can recommend a place. Check out this tower. It's so tall. Some cool shit. Good job, Kazakhstan. They've even got little cars at the base of the tower for the kids to drive around in. That's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I'm under a bridge right now, and there is a boxing gym with a bunch of stuff over here. And then over there is the presidential palace. And up ahead, they've got like a weird triangle thing. And honestly, it's one of the best triangles I think I've ever seen. All right, those pigeons are doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. One of the things I like most about Kazakhstan is that they have swings. They have regular swings, and they have these new swings that are in the shape of a circle. Well, I spent the last several days in Astana, and it is now time to get onto the train to the next city. Well, I finally made it off the train. It was supposed to take 4 hours, but it took 6 hours. But now I'm in the town of Karaganda, which was all worth it because it has a nice lake. Looks like this town even has a circus. I went to the circus once. It was pretty cool. Looks like Kazakhstan has some free rock climbing. So if you're into rock climbing, you could do it in the US and probably pay for it. Or you could pay a lot more and fly out to Kazakhstan and then do it for free. They've also got a chin-up bar over here. And I just tried it, and I did 1 chin-up. By the way, ever since I got here in Kazakhstan, I've been eating this type of bread. And I have no idea what it is. So if you want to let me know what I've been eating, let me know. One cool thing about this city is that it has this walkway that goes around basically the entire town. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of neat. So right now I'm watching a random soccer game between purple and green, and this game will decide which is the better color. Well, that's about it for my time in Karaganda. Now I'm on my way to the train station, where I will be on a train for about 13 or 14 hours to the next town of Almaty. All right, so here's the update. I took the train into Almaty yesterday, and then once I got to town, I rented a car. That process was kind of a pain in the ass, but then I drove from there around to a mountain town about 3 hours away, and I will soon look at a lake. Man, I hate it when cows are in my way. This is Kazakhstan's most famous lake. It is called Lake Kolsai, and just look at how pretty it is. It's like way prettier than your mom. Today I'm going to be seeing a couple of different canyons, including one that is supposed to be, I believe, the second biggest canyon in the world after the Grand Canyon. But this one is not it. This one is just a regular canyon. Now I'm at a second canyon, and to be honest, this one is even cooler than the first one. By the way, they've got yurts in Kazakhstan, and I've slept in a yurt before. It's pretty nice, but it's not as nice as sleeping in a house. And here I am at another canyon. This one is even better than the previous two. This one fucking kicks ass. Look at this. This is awesome. I am now hiking through this canyon, and I still can't get over how cool this shit is. As far as canyons go, Kazakhstan gets a 10 out of 10. I just noticed that there's a boulder on top of that cliff. That's some Looney Tune shit. Check this out. So I made it back to an Airbnb, and I have some chocolate with me, but it's not just any chocolate. It's Kazakhstan. So I will be spending the next several days of this trip in a town called Almaty, or should I say a city called Almaty, because this is the biggest city in Kazakhstan, and it used to be their capital until they changed it for whatever reason. So far I like the city a lot. It's got a lot of things, especially ice cream. They've got a lot of ice cream, so if you're a fan of ice cream, you should come here. One thing about Kazakhstan that a lot of people don't realize is that it's very big. If you look at it on a map, you'd be like, damn, that place is very big. It's not like as big as like the United States, but it's like more than half as big, I think. So something like that. And it's only got like 20 million people. So like for perspective, like that's like the size of like a city in China. So yeah, not a lot of people live here. Someone wrote down sex with girl, and then somebody else was like, man, that sucks. By the way, I'm not doing like a dick graffiti challenge video this time, but there has been a lot of dick graffiti in Kazakhstan. Damn, check out how many pigeons there are here. I've actually touched a pigeon once. It was pretty cool. Oh shit, they got a train up there, and up ahead, they got a furry. Well, I'm visiting a zoo, and the first thing that I see is a house that is, someone built it wrong. I got zebras over there. And then they also have a sign that says, "Do not cross the ditch." But like, I'm a little confused because like, how else am I supposed to touch the zebras? Here we've got some emus. Fun fact about emus is that they are the only animals to ever win a war against Australians. So they got some pheasants here, and they also have like some tiny birds that are just hanging out with them. And I think that the tiny birds like are just stealing food from the pheasants. I don't know how well my camera is able to pick this up, but that vulture over there is eating some dead thing. I don't know what, but I don't know. I think that's pretty hardcore. Well, overall, that zoo was about a B+, I'd say. Unfortunately, it didn't have any penguins, but it did have monkeys and lemurs. So I just took the bus a couple miles out of town, and now I am at a national park. And from what I can tell, from everything I've seen, it looks like Kazakhstan's version of like the Rocky Mountain National Park. So I'm curious to check it out today. This is rough. I've walked about half a mile up these inclines so far, and I'm already winded. This is pretty steep. So I've hiked up so far all the way from the bottom of that base, all these stairs up to here where there's now a place I can buy water, and then it looks like there's more hiking beyond that. According to my step count, in order to walk all the way from the bottom there to up here, it was about 50 floors. It was all worth it though. Damn, check that shit out. Now I'm walking along a trail that goes closer towards the mountains, and it's actually very nice because it's not just a bunch of stairs. I'm taking another rest right now. I'm hiking up this thing. Yeah, it turns out that it is quite difficult to hike up a mountain. I know I'm bitching, but damn, look at that view. I think this is where I'm gonna call it. I've climbed apparently 107 flights of stairs to get here, and I'm running out of water. So I'm gonna go back to town and eat some Burger King. I found the cutest dogs, and I've been hanging out with them for the last 5 minutes or so. I don't know if they're stray or if they're like they belong to anyone here, but they're so fucking cute. Today I'm checking out a botanical garden, and I see the mountains in the background, and that's a nice feature. But I also noticed that over there is something, and I don't know what it is. I've got to say, this is one of the biggest botanical gardens I've ever been to. I've been walking around here for miles, and I still have more to see. I'm looking at a squirrel right now. The squirrels here in Central Asia are a bit different. They got longer ears and they're differently colored. I'm so excited to see this guy. Alright, so originally I scared off the squirrel, but some kind ladies came by and gave him some food, so now he's busy with that. It's now my last full day in Almaty, and I took that gondola up to up here, and now I see this view of the city. And this is right before a whole bunch of rain is coming. Well, here I am at this thing again. I flew back to Astana for a day before I'm gonna fly back home tomorrow. And after 2 weeks in Kazakhstan, I've got to say I've really enjoyed it here. My favorite part was seeing that squirrel, but the whole thing has been very enjoyable. It's been one of my favorite countries I've ever been to. So overall thoughts are that Kazakhstan is very nice.